Do you struggle with your handstands? Maybe your arms are not completely straight, your elbows are bent, or your handstand looks more like a banana than a handstand. Well, this may be a flexibility issue. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to work on your flexibility if you want to fix your handstand line. Let's go. In a handstand, you move your shoulders in a position called shoulder flexion, okay? And the problem is that when you perform a handstand, this kind of angle of shoulder flexion is almost 180 degrees, which is to say really close to where the limit of the shoulder joint is. When you move your shoulders into flexion here, you stretch almost the entire shoulder joint, which is a really complicated and complex joint. But one of the major muscles you stretch here is your lat muscle, which is a huge muscle, one of the biggest ones of our upper body. And if your lats are stiff, they can greatly decrease your shoulder flexion and also bend your elbows. And 100. Woo. You may ask yourself, why could my lats be so stiff? Well, there may be multiple reasons behind it. You may use your lats a lot in such movements as pull-ups or rows or some kind of pulling exercise, okay? But you also may be that kind of stiff because genetics play a role here, all right? So your lats and your shoulders in general may be stiff just because you were born that way. Whether the case is, we know for a fact that having stiff lats limits your shoulder flexion. Okay, so when your lats are stiff, they limit this kind of motion here. And in a handstand, this means that your elbows may be bent, your shoulders may be not fully opened, and your handstand line in general could suck. Does this mean that if you stretch your lats and your shoulders, your handstand is going to be better? Well, mostly yes, but also no. Yes, because if you start from a condition where you're not flexible enough to perform a handstand and you work on your flexibility, of course, you're going to improve your handstands. This sounds kind of obvious, right? But no, because you may be flexible, but if you don't have the correct handstand technique and balance, you still have to figure things out, and your handstand line may be a banana shape or incorrect, okay? Even though you have the flexibility, because you have to figure out also the correct posture. So here's what you have to do to fix your handstand line in case you are stiff. Point number one, work on your lats flexibility. Now, there are a lot of exercises you can do, plenty of exercises you can do for your lats flexibility, but I'm gonna show you two of my favorite ones, all right? This one is really a strong one. I'm gonna hang on a bar like this. One leg in front of me, the other leg goes under it, like this. Fully straighten my leg. Now, from here, I let my shoulders go, and I let my hips go toward the floor as well. So I'm hanging here, I'm relaxing, okay? Now, as I feel ready, I can remove this hand from the bar and just focus on this shoulder, which is the stretched shoulder, bringing my shoulder toward my ear as much as possible and driving my hips down. This stretches the lat muscle like crazy, and I do want to spend here between 10 to 20 breaths for the best results. Don't forget the other side, okay? Always do both sides. But if you have a stiffer side, you do want to do one set more on that side. My God, I'm so jealous of this second exercise here, but I'm gonna show it to you anyways. So it's a handstand pullover. Why am I calling this exercise handstand pullover? Because it's a pullover stretch, but with a handstand touch, okay? So what do you want to do in a handstand? You want to keep your spine straight and your chest in, your back rounded, right? Now, we want to do the same in a pullover. So you want to put your shoulder blades on top of a chair or a support or bench, something like that. Now, from here, look at this. Hips up, chest in, everything on the same line here, okay? I want to mimic a handstand. I keep the weight, I start with the weight in front of my shoulders, Keep the shoulders protracted, so I do want to give it a nice push. My chest in and my hips up. From here, keeping my elbows as straight as possible, I'm going to open my shoulders until I have my hands on the same line as my shoulders. And this is where the handstand is done, okay? This is exactly how a handstand is performed. And this is exactly why I love this exercise so much. You can spend here 10 to 20 breaths. Always remember that you want to use a weight that just lets you feel the stretch, okay? That's the most important part. Also, elbows straight at all times. Now, when you perform a handstand, you want to have your elbows straight and your shoulders fully open, but that is an incredibly difficult position to work on. This is why you want to use a band and a wall to fix your handstand technique. Let's see how to do it. Wrap a band around your elbows and mount into a chest to the wall handstand. This will help you keep your arms straight and your elbows fully locked. Get yourself as close to the wall as you can. Ideally, to perfectly mimic your handstand line, you want to walk up until you have your shoulders on top of your hands and your body is almost perpendicular to the floor. Remember though that when you are in a chest to the wall handstand, you don't want to touch the wall with your chest. Keep your chest off the wall and push your armpits towards it instead. The only thing that touches the wall is your feet. All the rest is close to it but not touching. If you feel good enough, you can also try holding your handstand freestanding from here, trying to keep this nice and solid shoulder position. The wall will make your shape straight and you'll better be able to understand how to activate your body. Alright, I hope that now you understand what to do in case you are stiff and you want to fix your handstand line. You have two fantastic stretches and a handstand technique drill you can do to obtain that perfectly straight handstand line. At this point, I know that you may need some kind of guidance, and if you check the link in the description down below, you can find my online coaching service where we can create a program for you, all right, that works on your goals, that works on your limits, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna prepare a personalized program for you that is gonna work on your handstands or on whatever kind of thing you may want to reach. And to do that, again, check the link in the description down below, okay? With that said, thank you so much for staying with me today. Have a nice handstand and see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, if you want to increase your flexibility, master your handstands and have a more capable body in general, you can download my Flexibility Guy app on your phone. Inside this wonderful and simple app, you're gonna find all the workouts, exercises and video lessons you can follow to take yourself to the next level. You can check it out following the link in the description right now.